Well, hey, how y'all doing out there? I hope y'all are getting a little bit better picture. I'm on some new gear, and sister let me borrow this computer, so I'm not quite digging on that flash behind me, but I really can't get in a better position, and so here I am. And I wanted to talk to y'all about something important, so I didn't want it interrupted and all like my other stuff does. I wanted to get a message very clear to y'all about what's going on with this whole Nike campaign, the signing on of Copernic. I'm glad Cap got that job, by the way. For anybody says anything, I don't care how a man makes his money. So let me start out by saying that as well. The thing is, what I see is here lately, because of our hatred for certain things, we're jumping in and making strange bedfellows. And I've told y'all this before. The enemy of your enemy is your friend, but your enemy is never your friend. I thought we had it confirmed a long time ago, y'all, that Nike is one of the cotton kings, the textile giants. They went overseas to use child labor to oppress people, to make a product that is so highly advertised to our young men by sports stars and rock stars and anybody that wears Nikes and can get a contract like Copernic got, like Colin got. Think about the violence that all that advertising has caused. People being killed just over a pair of shoes. People being robbed over a pair of shoes. I mean, I have never seen anything good with Nike, and I'm not going to bring up Nike right now as being a part of the problem, but they are. They are the corporate giants that have been advertising to us for over 100 years and keeping us down. All of us. These are the cotton kings, y'all. Go look who the fuck owns Nike. I think like Fubu, I thought that was a black company. I'm not sure about all these companies. I don't pay attention to labels. That's the other thing. I know how it feels. I went to school, and when I went to junior high school, I was still wearing Sears tough-skin blue jeans that I had from the 6th grade. I didn't grow very fast between the 6th and the 7th grade. So I'm still wearing Sears tough-skins, and all the other kids were wearing Levi's. And they laughed at me, and they made fun of me. That was probably the only time in my life that ever bothered me, because for the rest of my life, as I went home and my grandmother told me, them clothes didn't say who I was. Those clothes said who those people were. They were nobody without them clothes. So all you grandmamas out there that got them kids coming up to you, and your grandpas and your moms and your dads, when your kids come up to you and say, I got to have this for school and that for school, say, no, they have to have that for school. Or do you want to be like them? Or are you the monkey see, monkey do without being racial? Or are you going to just follow when they all run off a cliff because it's cool? Or are you going to go run off that cliff with them? Fashion and advertising are big money, y'all, and somebody's cashing in. And now they're cashing in on activists. Now they're cashing in on a movement that is very close to my heart because I live in it. I was just dealing with it last night. It's called the race war, and that has to deal with the police beating on us. That has to deal with a lot of different types of oppression. So no, I'm sorry. I'm glad that Copernic got some work, because apparently he needed it to make everybody else feel good. But he's working for people that oppress other people, so you can have shoes that get people murdered. That's the reality of Nike, y'all. I mean, I don't see where any black people. I see where black names are used, like the Jordan brand was used by the man. They went and gave Michael Jordan, God knows how many. I think $100 million. It's a lot of money. Pepsi-Cola does this with people. They do it with NASCAR drivers. They do it with sports people, so they can spread their name on people you like. So you'll emulate and buy what they're selling you. Well, they're selling you something right now, and you're buying it. And it's called hatred, because I see the campaign for this. And it's like, stand up for what you believe in. If you don't see this, then you're a part of the problem. The part of the problem, well, what's the fucking problem? Because I'm going to tell you what the problem is. But before we go to anything else, the number one problem on this planet is the human condition that has been brainwashed into over-consuming and being locusts that buy pieces of junk and trinkets and textiles that cause murder, that are done through murder and oppression, and make it all sound good. Make you eat things and drink things. That's what your life is. We got to stop that part. I'm not going to let a good movement that this man gets started get ruined and make another division. Because what are we going to, you know, just last year or a couple years ago, it was Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter. They made that into a division when it was just people dying and people saying it ain't right. Now that we've moved on a little bit, they get trickier. They get clever. Now it's you're a part of the problem if you don't see it our way. Well, the real way is that, like I said, the number one thing, you quit raping this planet that sustains our life with gadgets and crap you don't need that ain't good for nothing. None of that is good for nothing but making you feel better about yourself, making you think you look popular. Because I'm gonna give all you people a little secret. I'm gonna give all you young people. I hope there's some young people listening to me right now. All you fashionable, good-looking, good-smelling bunch of people out there. Man, y'all smell so good. It makes me dizzy to walk in the public sometime. I smell all the perfumes and all the colors from the people. Y'all are so pretty. Y'all are so very pretty. But the thing is, it's what you're putting on something because you want everybody else to see you. You don't want them to see who you are on the inside. You're worried about what other people see than what they're even thinking. And they're worried about what you see. And the other guy, see what I'm saying? Nobody cares. You're dressing for yourself because you think they're going to worry about what you look like. So don't do it. Dress how you want to. Hey, and I'll be honest with you, if some of that stuff is fashionable to you and that makes you really, you feel that's you to dress that way, dress that way. That's you, be that way. I know that there's urban fashion, rural fashion, or no fashion like me, old fashion. I mean, there's all kinds of fashions out there. That's cool. That's people being individuals. I'm not trying to steal nothing from you. What I'm trying to say is don't start a fight where there ain't no fight. Nobody's saying that it's uncool anymore. Nobody's complaining. Matter of fact, most people are on board with what Colin Kaepernick has started. Most people are very much on board with that. Somehow Nike has found a way of making money out of this. Nike has found a way of like a Trump T-shirt or Make America Great Again hat. Some people buy it because they love it, and some people buy it just to burn it. They have taken a controversial figure and they're going to cash in on it. Just like the NFL cashed in on it, y'all. You didn't think about the NFL cashing in on his jersey because some people bought it to burn, some people bought it to put on their wall. So when they get both sides of the fence very emotional and overzealous about one issue, man, they're going to make off like a fat cat, y'all. So please keep smart. Please remember that ever since Edward Bernays in the early 1900s, that you have been advertised to from everything from patriotism, nationalism, democracy, going around the world and taking up for other people's democracy. That's also, that was advertised to you. Women smoking, abortion, women working, women's rights, any of the things that you ever thought were right or something, it benefited somebody else. It either made another tax slave for the federal government or it made the corporations richer because somebody else could now buy something because they wasn't taboo like the women smoking. Now that they could smoke, the tobacco business, Philip Morris, the big tobacco giant at the time, his things double. When they thought that there was going to be, listen to this, y'all, you think abortion is about rights and you think all these things are about rights. And right before the Roe versus Wade Supreme Court decision, probably about a year before that, they do statistics for generations to come. And they foresaw this late 80s to into the 90s, this crime wave in urban and rural areas like nothing else, because there was going to be all these single parents and all these broken homes from making all these new tax slaves, and nobody was going to be at home taking the kids. So this was going to affect the poor urban areas big time, and there were just going to be giant gangs. So how can we stop this? They said, but we can kill the criminals before they're born. Look it up. And all of a sudden abortion was legal in 73 as a right to a woman to protect her body, when really it was just a sick way of saying a criminal element's going to be, we're going to kill it before it's born. But hey, man, believe what you want. All the evidence is there. All the information from our sick past, the way they've made a lot of us think things are the way they are. If it goes beyond your brotherhood, if it goes beyond peaceful reasoning, if it goes beyond respecting somebody else's life above your own, including the planet's life, our very life-sustaining planet. So if it's something that's not putting the planet or our mother or our brother first, it's probably not in your best interest in these days. Probably never has been in our best interest for the last 100 years. But I'm telling you right now, the problem is the advertising. The problem is the overconsumption and the locust-like rape of my Mother Earth for resources that we don't even need, for trinkets that you could damn sure do without, that even make you toxic. The plastics and the fake leathers and the aluminum and the gadgets, all that stuff is all toxic anyway. We never needed none of it. So don't allow them to slip hate in to get you to buy more toxic products from another race of people that's being oppressed by big corporations. That ain't fair. Just because they yellow don't mean that they can't be oppressed too. And their kids, by the way. And we all know about the child labor. This has been bitched about. And that's the other thing too. I've also seen another race war attack. I'm going to give y'all a little warning, since I do feel responsible about the race war and I like to get things straight and keep them out in the open. I've seen a lot of memes that show things like, it'll say Nike using child labor, and then on the other side it'll show white people and it'll show some people looking to sleep. And then it says Nike hires Colin Kirkpatrick, and it's like white people are like, oh, no. Everybody hated Nike, y'all, ever since we've known this. When Bill Clinton back in the 90s sold all our textile to China and began this superpower of China being the superpower, allowing China to build their country up through textiles while we all slept and made big money like fat cats, our textiles got sold. I'm from Columbus, Georgia, one of the biggest textile towns in this nation, where every stitch of Levi jeans was made at Swift Mills for over 100 years. So I know what the hell went on with that crap back in the 90s and the Clintons, Bill Clinton and the Chinese take over our textile industry. Now everything you're getting that makes people, the white board of directors of Nike, go show me some black folks on the board of directors of Nike, by the way, and look at the owner and how it got created, and get a pair of shoes made for $1 and sell them to you for $100. He got the money that to pay people like Copernic. Now I hope that whatever Copernic does with Nike, that he makes sure, and I hope you hear this, Colin, because I told you a while back, brother, welcome to the race war, and you jumped in it. Here's a part of it. They're playing you, so you play them like you played the NFL. You don't let them get out of control. You don't let Nike get out of control like you claim you got the NFL. You stand up for what's right. But it ain't right. Anybody's oppression is wrong, and we got to get that straight. And if you think in any kind of way that this is good for we the people, that Nike and Copernic, I'm afraid to say it like this: you're a part of the problem, because none of that's going to make we the people richer. None of that's going to make we the people safer. None of that's going to bring we the people together. In fact, the whole Nike campaign is geared toward more fucking division. So I can't tell you how more New World Order those billionaires are, how much globalists they are, and how they can make money and will make money off the misery, hatred, and sickness of us, we the people. So don't let it happen. There's my views on this, and you can think what you want, but the facts are out there, y'all. Nike ain't here for black folks. Nike ain't here for black athletes. They hire them because you buy their stuff, and then people kill for it. So you tell me what the hell's going on with that. I don't see nothing good with it. I see evil begetting evil begetting evil. It starts with greed, then it goes to child slave labor, then it goes to murder. Evil begets evil, y'all. I didn't make it that way. Matter of fact, maybe we should be paying attention to natural law a little bit more. All right, I want y'all to think about that today, and I really want you to be careful and wary of getting involved in campaigns that do not promote motherhood or brotherhood. Okay, if it's not about motherhood, being Mother Earth and taking care of our life-giving planet, or brotherhood, which is what it's going to take to do this great endeavor of cleaning up our planet and making sure she's healthy so we can be healthy. If it's not about that, then it's about taking your money for death. It's about taking your money for lies, and it's about taking your money for hate. Don't be a part of it. Don't be a sucker. Don't you be a part of the problem. Think about that. I love y'all. I only saying this, and somebody's got to say it. It's got to be said. Advertising campaigns like this go back to the Roman days. The Nazi Germany used it. It's always the join or die. Join us or die. Join us or you're the enemy mentalities that separate us and divide us, and that make us kill each other and fight each other over nothing, when we the people could do this without leadership. Think about that. I love you. Peace. And by all means, don't live in fear.